here is an example of a company that's building a feature that actually matters. And I'm very excited to see, because I'm a Xero user. And I've been actually very disappointed with Xero recently. I'm going to be totally honest. They have not done very much with the product in, it feels like, years. But they're starting to listen to their users again, which to me indicates there's a really good sign. So this is from their What's New in Xero for 2024 May blog. And I'm just going to scroll down to this little animated GIF. And this is the sort of thing that you love, Dave, when you can actually see the product working. And what you're seeing here is on the reconcile screen, which is that page where you see all your bank statement lines and then the matching of the transactions or the entering of the transactions. You can now filter and search those transactions, which you could not do before. It used to be that the bank statement lines that came in from the bank were just in chronological order from oldest to newest, and you could not filter. You could not sort, and so you had to go page by page.
A new client that had hundreds, just connected their bank feed for the first time, and I have thousands of transactions I have to go through. I can't do a filter of just show me the ones that have Starbucks in it, and I can
or just all the checks, right, that were written, so that I can go and enter those, right, or whatever it is. Yeah. So now you can actually filter, and you can filter by basically it looks like everything, and reconcile those, and then
great.
Yeah. Now the overall Xero search still sucks, so they need to do a ton of work on that, but this is great. And what I liked about this is that they actually said the reason they built this is because this was one of the most popular community feedback items, with 966 votes on the Xero Product Ideas board.
And is that when you voted for it 15
years ago? And this was the problem that Xero had, in my opinion, is that they set up this whole community board, and then their product people just started ignoring it to the point where everyone got really upset. And they eventually locked it, took down dates. They were doing really what I would consider anti-customer type stuff by ignoring these votes. And it looks like they're back to it. So they're going to start paying attention. I hope this is the beginning of Xero paying attention to what the accountants and what the users want, because there's still a ton of basic functionality in the product, just like in QuickBooks, that is super clunky, but that no product manager wants to own fixing because it's not sexy.
I had a Xero story as well. I've been sitting on it for about 2 weeks. So Xero is calling 2024 the year of the U.S. bank feed. So I remember we were at New Orleans for XeroCon, and people were on the main stage talking about problems with bank feeds, and that was only 2 years ago, a year and a half ago.
It's still happening.
Still happening. But they've been listening, and they finally have started to fix it. So they've increased their direct bank feeds from 20 to 600. They've partnered with an additional company called Flinks, which is a bank feed aggregator. And now they have multiple aggregators. So what they can do is, if Bank A sucks with this aggregator, they'll use the other one for that bank, right? And they can get more reliable across the board. They've also added the ability to import feeds via CSV, QIF, OFX, QBO, and QFX files. And then their direct PDF imports of bank statements, they can scan to extract the data in 35 seconds now. So they've been working hard to do this.
I wonder if that's the HubDoc technology at work, because that's a big deal. I can just I can just take a PDF and import it directly into Xero, and I don't have to do some OCR bullshit anymore. Yeah. That's awesome. Linda says, totally agree, Blake. I gave up putting any suggestions on that board. Well, hopefully they'll start running through. They've got a backlog of 10 years of suggestions that they never implemented.